Welcome back everyone, and BioWare fans, welcome. Today we've got some breaking news that's sort of shaking up things up at BioWare, and unfortunately it's not very good news. So previously, if you've seen on the channel, if you're a subscriber for example, you've seen that I've made a few videos covering the fact that BioWare let go of just over 50 employees that were essentially laid off from both the Mass Effect teams, and mainly that were impacted the Dragon Age Dreadwolf team and some of the former developers of Star Wars as well, the MMO, the online MMO, and 7 of the 50 that have been laid off have actually filed a lawsuit against the company today demanding better severance packages. And in this video today I'm going to delve into the details of the lawsuit and discuss its potential impact on the gaming world as a whole, as well as BioWare itself. But before I dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest gaming and BioWare news.
Lockhart QT.
So what's the deal with this lawsuit? Well, it all started when 7 of the 50 BioWare employees who were laid off in August, they are now suing the Dragon Age and Mass Effect developer, also known as BioWare. If you watch my videos, you're gonna know who BioWare is. But they're essentially suing them to get better severance packages, and they've stated the following. And now I think this next quote is really telling, so to speak. So they've said, "We are struggling to understand why BioWare is shortchanging us in this challenging time." So obviously this is a challenging time across the world. Many countries are going potentially into recession. There's obviously, we're in a post-COVID world, so that's impacted quite a lot of things, you know, home working, wages going up and down, jobs being available. But the core issue here is the severance packages provided to these employees after they were laid off from BioWare. According to the actual lawsuit, these former BioWare employees claim they were not offered adequate severance pay when they were let go from the company. This raises a lot of questions, considering BioWare has been a significant player in the gaming industry for decades, obviously known for iconic titles such as Mass Effect and Dragon Age, with both projects upcoming. And again, this I will go on to a bit later, how it impacts both Mass Effect 4 and Dragon Age Dreadwolf. But firstly, in terms of the severance packages themselves, let's talk numbers. The actual packages in question were reportedly based on the California WARN, also known as WARN Act, which requires companies to provide certain compensation and benefits when they are laid off, when they actually lay off employees. However, the former employees argue that BioWare's severance packages did not meet the industry standards and were not in line with what they believed they deserved. Again, this goes into a whole nother rabbit hole here, and I think that BioWare are sort of digging themselves from a marketing perspective and from a sort of moral standpoint into a deeper and deeper hole that's going to be very difficult to get out of. Now, the question here is as well, how does this lawsuit actually impact the gaming industry as a whole? Well, it's a significant moment because it sheds light on an aspect of the industry which often goes unnoticed: employment practices and the treatment of employees. Now, I'd say in sort of the last 10 years, we've seen more and more reports of crunch, employees having to sleep overnight in the workplace, you know, not being able to see their families, mental health issues, and obviously the recent stuff that's gone on with Activision Blizzard in the last couple of years, with obviously the, I guess, like frat boy culture, where unfortunately people were taking their own lives because they were being sexually harassed in the workplace. And I think that is a massive topic to discuss. But game development is a demanding field, and many talented individuals put in long hours to create the games we love, and I think that's an aspect of it many of us actually forget half the time. So with all this in mind, it's crucial to consider their well-being and rights, and if this lawsuit succeeds, it could set a precedent for how game development studios handle layoffs and severance packages in the future and going forward. This might encourage more companies to reevaluate their current employment practices, and this could actually provide better support for their employees going forward. For example, I know Microsoft are also looking into do this after doing a bit of research today, and hopefully more companies follow suit. Of course, we should also mention BioWare's response to all this lawsuit. I mean, you know, that's what I imagine you guys are questioning right now, you've seen all the news, and what have BioWare actually said? Well, the company has stated that it believes the severance packages provided were fair and in compliance with applicable laws. Again, this is all sort of marketing CEO speak, if you know what I mean. They also emphasised their commitment to their employees and the gaming community. The only thing, don't get me wrong, I love BioWare, but the only thing I have that's going against this is a lot of the employees who are laid off, mainly from the upcoming, past and upcoming Dragon Age teams working on Dreadwolf and the next Mass Effect game. Some of them had been at BioWare for 10 plus years, 15 plus years in some cases, and some of these were, people that, for example, the main writer for the original Dragon Age games was laid off, and that's a big thing. That's not just a small little thing. That is a massive thing, because again, it's more about job security here. If you've been an employee for 15 years, you've put the hours in, you've put the work in, and it's shown for it. For example, most people consider Dragon Age Origins 2 and Inquisition to be all fantastic games, especially for their writing and storytelling. So, what's to stop a company from just suddenly laying you off like this? Well, again, it's just really telling a BioWare. I mean, after Andromeda and Anthem, and obviously what's now going on with the fact that they've sort of relinquished or passed on development to another studio for the Star Wars MMO, then again, BioWare are in a very tricky position here. I've got no idea what's going on internally at the company, just because they're all over the place seemingly, and they're really, from a outsider's perspective, a fan's perspective, they look like they are in deep trouble, and that's really troubling as a BioWare fan to see. In conclusion though, this lawsuit by former BioWare employees highlights an important issue within the gaming industry as a whole, really, the treatment and support of game developers and employees in general. It's a case that I think we should all keep our eye on, as its outcome could have sort of far-reaching effects on how other companies handle layoffs and packages and redundancies in the future. But for me personally, with the 50 employees, if you go down and actually look at that list of the 50 employees who were laid off, some of them are like absolutely mental choices that I wouldn't have thought would ever leave BioWare, to be honest. And the fact that they've also worked on Dreadwolf, and I imagine they're going to be credited, but again, it's, if you've left in such a bitter way, you don't really want to see your work displayed like that, because it just takes all of the oomph out of it, so to speak. But my biggest hope is that these people find their feet elsewhere. I mean, I know a lot of people of the 50 have actually been relocated inside EA. I know a few of them have gone over to, I think, Respawn Entertainment, who do Apex Legends and Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order. I know a few others have gone over to the other EA studios. That's great. For those who don't, I imagine because some of them have got, years and years and years of work on their CV for, Dragon Age and Mass Effect. So hopefully they can find their feet and find a different job, and hopefully find, a better outcome for their lives, hopefully. So thank you so much, that's been it for the video today. But what are your thoughts on this lawsuit? Do you believe that game developers should receive better severance packages? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow BioWare fans to sort of spread the message. Thank you so much for watching, and for more BioWare, Mass Effect and Dragon Age news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.